destroy and refrosting a cake. So I have started practicing decorating cakes, and I found this is a good way to get more practice in and make less cakes. I'll bake a cake, refrigerate it, cut it, do the first coat, and then frost it, freeze it, and then destroy it and refrost it. So I think this is my 7th cake here, and I did have some problems with the color on the first one, which was the main reason I wanted to refrost it. Another reason, because I was using liquid dye and couldn't really get the colors. I did get some gel dye off of the internet, but I don't really think this gel dye is very good either. It seems kind of thin. So I mixed a bunch of colors, and I still couldn't really get as bright of colors as I wanted. But I just kind of went with it. The green is actually left over from a matcha cake I'd done previously. So yeah, mixing the colors. Oh, and I wanted to say what tips I was using, but I mean, I just went and looked, and there's a couple Wilton tips, like Wilton 32, this other brand that I'm not sure of. So basically, though, I'm just using like a bunch of little French tips, open and closed, and a bunch of the star tips, open and closed. My preference in general is for open tips, particularly now doing this at home. I don't have like a real mixer, so I've got like a hand mixer, and then I also like just mix stuff by hand. I pretty much get all the lumps out, but open tips are nice because you don't have to deal with lumps getting, clogged in the tip. So as you can see, I just started doing some I did some blue rosettes and swirls. Still getting used to, decorating on the sides of the cake. I did cupcakes before, so I'm just not getting into cakes. And I just did some dollops. I kind of stick with one color and kind of try to do like a little mandala. At least in the beginning, where I'm kind of repeating the same pattern in like a symmetrical way as I go around the cake. I deviate a little bit, so here I wanted to make things look more like flowers, so I wanted to add some leaves, the matcha. I was having a really hard time with this yellow because it was just really runny. I think there was a whole nother part of this video where it was just me putting twice as much powdered sugar in all of the frosting for the second round of decorating. I ended up taking it out because it was pretty boring, but it's important to have enough powdered sugar. Your frosting should be stiff, it shouldn't be droopy. It shouldn't really be like glistening. Be more like a matte color, I think. But this is also Crisco frosting because I'm practicing. I think from now on I'll probably just stick to butter. But yeah, just kind of having fun, like filling up the cake. I'm still practicing my crumb coat, so I know it's not perfectly smooth. thing that will kind of dam the filling that I'm going to put on top. So I kind of went crazy with the leaf thing, and I just liked how it looked, so I decided to kind of wrap them up onto the top, as well as have be like a part of the border. And on one side I kind of connected it up to kind of make a break in the cake. It's not like super symmetrical, it sort of is, but yes, powdered sugar. And a lot of red dye to try to get that actually red. I was trying to get some of the colors to look bright. The yellow really pops, but I'm disappointed in these colors. The thing is, I added so much purple to that purple. So at this point, I was sort of afraid, once I looked at the top, that it looked like really Christmassy. Well, actually, maybe I went further. Just kind of filling in the sides, any like little tiny holes. I wanted there to be like some amount of contrast in the colors. Oh yeah, so here I'm using this like other kind of like flat tip that's like has like bumps on one side. I don't know what it is. Anyway, it's kind of like flat, so I was hoping that I would like damp the jam pretty well. It also kind of looks like a weird, I don't know, just like a texture break. And ultimately I think it looked best if I would have left just those 3 blue flowers. I like those ones the way they are. I ended up adding more. Adding more blue dye to that blue frosting as well. It's a little bit brighter than what's on the sides of the cake, but I think that helps get it away from like the Christmas vibe on top. And this compote I made is like triple berry with cherries and strawberries as well, and it's a 3-layer cake, and that's between each of the layers too. So there you have it. It's like my pretty flower coral reef underwater, we don't really know, dream world. And also, if you like the music playing, I made all this music too. Normally the videos I make are of my own music, so if you want to check that out, I'm Purpureal Daystar. You can find me on Instagram, SoundCloud, Bandcamp.